Okay, I think we'll start. We have people still coming in, but আজিৰ আমাৰ এই কৰ্মশালাত উপস্থিত থকা সকলোলৈকে মোৰ আন্তৰিক ধন্যবাদ আৰু 15 মিনিট শিক্ষাৰ তৰফৰ পৰা স্বাগতম জনাইছো। যেহেতু আমাৰ আজি বক্তাগৰাকী অনা অসমীয়া আৰু আমাৰ দৰ্শক মণ্ডলীৰ মাজতো হয়তো অনেক অসমীয়া বুজি নোপোৱা লোক উপস্থিত আছে, মই মই অনুষ্ঠানটোৰ পৰৱৰ্তী অংশ ইংৰাজীতে আগবঢ়াই নিবলৈ অনুমতি বিচাৰিছো সকলোৰে পৰা। So let me start by introducing today's speaker. Can you all see me?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I thought it's just frozen. Maybe that's at my end.
So we are good.
Okay. So yeah, let me start by introducing today's speaker, Dr. Archana Kumari, who is an assistant professor at Jammu Central University. And I'm really sorry, there's some technical glitch at my end, and my computer is not responding at all. But
we can hear you well, Uddipana.
You can hear me? Okay.
Yeah, please.
So just let me know if I break off or something. Anyway, so going back to the introduction, let me start by introducing today's speaker. Because Dr. Archana and I, we go back a long way. We studied journalism together at the Indian Institute of Mass Communication many years ago. And we are both academics now, but unlike me, Dr. Kumari continues to teach journalism and mass communication. Like I said earlier, she's an assistant professor in the Department of Mass Communication and New Media at Central University of Jammu. In the Department of Mass Communication and New Media. Dr. Kumari has taught at IIMC, New Delhi, at the Central University of Kashmir, and also at the Central University of Bihar. And she's had this long academic career spanning 12 years. And beyond academics, she has also been active in journalism and worked as media professional with the Hindustan Times, with the All India Radio, and Sahara TV. So her current interest is in fact-checking and fake news debunking, which is her topic for today. And we invited her actually because she's a fact-checking trainer trained by Google News Initiative, and she has actively conducted over 30 fact-checking workshops all over India, particularly in Jammu and Kashmir, in Bihar, Punjab, Rajasthan, UP, and Delhi. And she has trained around 2,000 journalists and journalism students in 2 years. That's a lot, and that's very impressive. So she's also associated with the BBC Young Reporter and Media Literacy Campaign of Archana. And so today what she'll be doing with us is she will be explaining about the technicalities of debunking fake pictures, fake videos, and describing their types with the help of examples in this session. And I think that is very important, especially in today's digital media climate, where you see so much of this happening, right? There's so many alternate facts out there, so much fake news out there, and both as consumers and as producers of media content, I think it's very important for us to know and understand that. And having said that, I will hand over the platform to Archana. And once again, thank you, Archana, for being here. And it's a huge pleasure for all of us at 15 Minute Hika to have you here with us.
Thank you very much, Udipna. And it is such a great honor to be introduced by your friend. And this is one of my favorite area of work where we talk about media literacy. We talk about how to debunk fake videos, fake photos. But before that, we will be talking about a lot about why are we talking about it and why we are actually thinking to bring it in the mainstream and generating awareness about fake news. This why and what is very important. So let me share my PPT. I have a small presentation. Is it visible to all of you?
Yes.
Okay. So we are going to talk about online verification or fact checking. Uh, Today's training agenda or workshops agenda would be talking about change in information landscape in India, which is very important because unless we understand this and we understand that how far we have come since 1780 when first newspaper was launched, it will be very difficult to understand what we are going through in the present scenario. Then why fake news India story, what is happening here, how can we find out truth in 10 seconds, and there will be types of misinformation and disinformation we will be talking about. Let me share with you that change in information landscape in India goes back to 1780 when first newspaper, which we call Bengal Gazette or Hickey's Gazette, it was introduced on 29th January 1780. And after so long, after almost 100 years, radio came into the picture, and radio was introduced on May 16, 1924, which we all know. And we know that television came in 1959. This time gap was a little bit lower than the gap which we faced from coming from print to radio. Coming from radio to television was a little bit easier, and the time gap was lesser. But television, when it came, everybody thought that it would wipe out print, it would wipe out radio, and people will only be watching television. But it did not happen in India. And today we have internet, we have digital media, we have such a vibrant media which has 70,000 plus newspaper, 100 million copies are sold everywhere every day, and we are world's largest print media market. And not only that, we are making profit out of it, where in many of the countries of the Western world, when print media is actually shutting down, we are making profit. And there are very few countries where print media is making profit, like Brazil, Japan, China is one of them, and we are there. There are 690 plus satellite channels and 80 plus news channels are there. So a very huge media market is there existing in India. And if we talk about digital media, this is again this little bit older data. There were 254 million internet users in 2014, but today, not today, today it is 680 million, more than that even. And very soon we will be touching 700 million internet users number. We had 530 million smartphone users in 2018. We have 241 million Facebook users compared to US 240 million Facebook users, and we have 200 million monthly WhatsApp active users in India. So our digital media is also thriving. It is growing a lot. And then when we compare with mainstream media, both digital media as well as mainstream media is growing. But what we are today concerned is that with the growth of digital media, the fake news is also growing, and the condition is being very, very serious day by day. So what major trends we are seeing today in newsrooms is that newsrooms are looking for new ways to deliver information. They are coming up with apps which you can download, and you will have a continuous flow of news. There are so many different kinds. There are personalized form of news, also customized news. So internet traffic is being driven by mobile internet users. No one nowadays is actually very much fond of opening a PC and then using internet on that. So most of the time we are checking everything on our smartphone. My class and in my experience also, I can say you that today youngsters, they are even taking news or consuming news from social media. And Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, these are famous, I would say that very popular platforms from where people are actually consuming news also, or not only news, all kinds of information. And that too, a younger generation is very much fond of audio and visuals. And I can tell you that even students are watching videos more for all kind of inputs during examination rather than reading. So reading habit, or reading long text, it is fading away, and audio and visual is taking the lead. So online traffic is more driven by audio and visuals. Uh, then I can tell you that there are major challenges, and one of the very big challenges is fake news. And how we can actually fight with fake news, how can we fact check, news literacy, transparency, these are some of the challenges which we are facing every day. In our national education policy also, we don't see that anything is related to media literacy is given, but digital literacy is there. So that there is a ray of hope, and we can just say that, okay, we can fight this fake news with the help of news literacy, media literacy in the coming time. There are changing regulatory framework also on online content, which is one of the big challenge. It is not as free as used to be in earlier time. But whatever is happening, the future of journalism will lie in the discipline of verification. Journalism cannot be taught without verification of facts, and it will remain so, whether it is online media or offline media or anything else. So why are we talking about fake news? So in India, the story has been very sad. A single WhatsApp rumor had killed 29 people in India in 2018. This data is from 2018, and you can just imagine that what is happening. We actually share everything without thinking that what will be the repercussions. But let me tell you that one WhatsApp rumor, or one false information which is shared by people, there are many people who are losing their lives. They are lynched by mobs due to those rumors. So in April, May 2017, WhatsApp rumor of child kidnapping in a village of Jharkhand, there were 7 innocent people who were lynched to death. And it had not happened to only Jharkhand. It has happened in Tamil Nadu. It has happened in Andhra Pradesh, Guwahati. It has happened in Hyderabad. Everywhere in India. Means I would say that only 2 or 3 states were left, and this is the map which you can see where these kind of incidents has happened. And WhatsApp rumor, only a single WhatsApp rumor has caused loss of life of so many people in these years. So false information, what does it do? First of all, it divides our society, which we are very much proud of. So polarization, one community against another community, stereotyping of genders, everything. Means polarization is one very, very big, I would say, consequence of fake news, and it misleads people on important issues. We do not talk on important issues. We are talking about very, very trivial issues, and that's not helping us in our democracy. So it also hardens attitude, stereotypes. It creates these stereotypes. People are very much due to fake news. That although they have a very, I would say that raw information still, and they have not rigid thoughts, but due to continuous supply of one kind of information, that their thoughts becomes rigid, and stereotypical attitudes develops. In more extreme cases, there has been instances of riots. I will give you the example where it happened. There is an example of polarization where there was this news or social media post which was posted by someone that a BJP representative hit a Christian priest in Bangalore while the service is on. So clearly there was a there was a polarization was trying to created due to this post, but later on when it was investigated, it was found that there was a scuffle between 2 members of the church only, and no one from Hindu community or from BJP was trying to hit the priest. So there are many hoax messages also which we receive, like we are middle class people, and still if there is anything related to our finances, our money, we get panic, and just RBI freezes Punjab National Bank all accounts, or this series note will not be working. These kind of messages are enough to get us panic, and these hoax messages we are facing every day. We are actually getting every day. there is one example of hardening attitude, and that is about Rohingya terrorism. That Rohingyas, that there is already enough hatred, but still, if there is something false information coming, then certainly people's stereotypical thoughts gets very hardened, and it is difficult to remove. Just like I said, that in more extreme cases, it can spark riot. It happened in Bengal, Basirhat, where there was one video as well as picture was released, and it was shared by many of the people in Bangla language as well as in Hindi, that one Hindu woman was forcibly converted, and due to that there was this riot. People got injured, their houses got burned, their properties were also destroyed. So this riot was dedicated to, or I would say that only fake information was responsible for this. But why is it happening? What is suddenly happened which led us to this kind of situation? So first of all, I would say that democratization of the tools of trade. Publishing was not so easy earlier, because earlier you had to pass through a number of tests of the editors, and there were a series of editors if you wanted to get okay, sorry. So if you wanted to get uh, published or come to media, you had to pass through a lot of phases. But now it is not so. On social media, you just need to click or post anything, and nobody is asking you why you have posted. Nobody is there to filter your content. So that democratization is also creating some kind of problem. Then trust in mainstream media is also eroding. People do not trust mainstream media so much. Their credibility is at stake. Cheap data plans, first time internet user, they don't know what to consume, what not to consume, what to share, and how to be responsible on internet. So first time internet users, they have a severe lack of digital literacy. That is also responsible. And cheap data plans has made internet easily available to everyone, and they do not concern about the age of the person who is using that internet. And misinformation is mostly thriving in regional languages, because it is very difficult to keep an eye or just inspect those content in regional languages. So it is found that in regional languages misinformation is thriving, and the scrutiny is more in English and Hindi mainstream media. So that is why at least it is a little bit secure. Newsrooms are facing multiple challenges. Staffs are being slashed. There's no investment in training of journalists. The verification process is changed. Now, whatever you used to do offline, now everything is happening online. So we need to train our journalists as per the change of technology, advancement of technology, but this is not being done. So that is also one very big reason. And it's not that only social media has fallen for misinformation. Most of the time, even mainstream media has also fallen for misinformation. I can just give you one example, and I think that every one of us have come across this example, that at the time of demonetization, there is a chip in 2,000 rupees note. It was telecasted on the prime time by a very senior journalist. So you can just imagine that and by a prominent media channel. So these things are happening, and you can just see that Mandarin, which is a Chinese language, and it has been made Pakistan's official language. It has been covered by News 18, DNA, Republic TV, Times Now. So all big names have covered such kind of fake stories, and they have fallen into the trap of such fake news. So it's not that only social media is prey of fake information or misinformation. It's also the mainstream media which has fallen prey to such kind of incidents at quite many times. There is a little small quiz which I tried to put it here, and I just wanted to know. I think that every one of you must have read, must have studied mathematics in your 10th class. So can you find it out that what's wrong in this picture? You can write it on in your chat box, or you can just unmute yourself and say. What's wrong in this picture?
Read the text.
That depends upon you where you find it.
So instead of here, it should be where?
Okay. Fine. I just wanted to orient you all. This is very well captured by, sorry, I did not see who answered. So actually, I just wanted to tell you that what fake news does, that it orients you towards something which is not actually in the picture, and it tells you what to think about. Okay, it doesn't tell you, oh, 16 missing. 16 missing because I told you to look for mathematical expression, or actually this is a psychological test where we try to orient you towards mathematics, and then most of the time I find that, okay, people do not read the first line and they come up with this kind of expression that 16 is missing. But actually same thing it happens with fake news, because in fake news what happens that the picture may be right. Yes, where is missing, where it is not here, it is where. And this comes two times, which is not correct. And but believe me, most of the time people do not read the first sentence and they directly jump to the 2 4 6 8, this expression, and then they say that, okay, there is 16 missing. So why this quiz? Because in fake news, most of the time the pictures are correct, videos are correct, but the content with it, the caption with it orients you towards something wrong. The context many times is wrong. I am showing you some pictures, and you just see and just note that whether it is correct or not. You don't need to give me answer. You just see it, and I will tell you later on that which one is correct and which is not correct. So Mahatma Gandhi with Dalai Lama, could it be correct or not? A 12-year-old girl, she got pregnant in Rohingyas refugee camp in Bangladesh. Is it real or fake? Time magazine cover page where it is written "The Liar in Chief" with the picture of Trump. True or false? Or parliamentarians, some of the parliamentarians sleeping in parliament. True or false? There have been pictures of alien which have been shared by some people. Do you believe in it? Saudi Arabia beheads first female robot citizen. So how is it, true or false? Jawaharlal Nehru with these girls, it has actually swamped the Facebook. Is it true or false? Or the claim that at the time of Diwali, this is the picture of Golden Temple. Is it true or false? So how can we find out truth in 10 seconds without using some tools? So without using some tools, you can do one very smart thing, that is keyword search. And without using many times, because in India, and I believe that in many places, still there is no deep fakes. We still have very shallow fakes. So most of the time when you will try to search the smart keyword search, then you will find out the link or the real story in the first search, and that real story will tell you that whether the clip which you are seeing is correct or not correct. So here there is a story which says that there's a video, and it is very, very disturbing video, where a 16-year-old girl was burnt alive. And it was said that she was a Hindu girl, and she refused to wear burqa because she got married in a Muslim family, and they were actually insisting her to wear a burqa, and she refused it, and that's why she was burnt alive. So when you will just write "young girl burnt alive," the very first news is 16-year-old girl beaten and burnt alive by lynch mob in Rio Bravo in Guatemala. So this unfortunate incident really happened, but not in that context which is being described here. And it was circulated in all South India, in Telangana, Bangalore, everywhere it was circulated. So it has full potential to create a violent situation. It had full potential to create riot in that area. So that was very unfortunate. If you will just fact check it and write it, the keywords, that is young girl burnt alive or 16-year-old girl burnt alive, you will find out the very first link it says about it. And not only says, there is a video also, and you can match those videos and you can find out that it is completely wrong, presented in a wrong context. Then there is this video which was very much shared by people on social media, where This toddler, when it was asked that who is your favorite, who you like most, he said Trump. And not only that, in India, the voiceover says that it is Modi. In Russia, the voiceover says it is Putin. So so actually, when you will just try and write Trump with toddler, second link says that the boy does not. In second link, you have the real video, and it says that the boy does not talk about Trump or anyone else. He just it says Papa. So it is completely wrong. It is very easy to find it out if we will use little bit of these tricks. Like Saudi prince loses $350 million and 5 of his wives in 6 hours at the casino. So this information was shared 71,000 times on Facebook, and it was published in 2017. So people actually enjoyed this information that, okay, Saudi Arabia prince, he lost so much money and 5 of his wife in gambling. And if you will just copy paste the prince's name in Google and try to find it out, you will find out that the prince already died in 2003. So this is completely fabricated information, completely false information. So how can in 2017 he would lose to $350 million and 5 of his wife if he had already died in 2003? So it is completely false information, and just by searching a little bit keyword, we can find it out. Every day on WhatsApp also, we find this kind of information. People are forwarding that, okay, don't say sir, this is a derogatory word created by Britishers, so and it means slave I remain, and such kind of messages. So if you will just try and find out full form of sir, you will find out that, okay, it is a short form of a French word, and it has nothing to do with our honor or prestige. These were some of the example. Now let us come to the types of misinformation, disinformation, and why I am calling it misinformation and disinformation, because fake news is a very colloquial term. It's I would say layman's term, and it's very difficult to define because there are so many shades of fake news. So we have simplified it into misinformation and disinformation. And misinformation is that kind of information which is false, but the person who is sharing it does not know that it is false. So it is unconscious, and the person who is sharing it believes that it is true. So unknowingly, unconsciously, if you're sharing some information without knowing that it is true or false, it is misinformation. But disinformation is a deliberate lie, deliberate and intentional lie, where the person who is sharing it knows that it is false, still he or she is sharing it. Then we have types of misinformation and disinformation. There are at least 7 types of misinformation and disinformation. One is satire or parody. Satire or parody sites, they exist. Not only sites, accounts exist, and most of the time we don't know. And there are disclaimers. There are in about this section, the websites say that we are satire or parody site. Still, we are taking information from there and sharing among people. So that's not their fault, because they have already issued a disclaimer that we are parody sites. So their intention is not to cause harm, but just to make money, or just for humor, they create some content. And there are some misleading content which use information to frame an issue or individual. So framing of news is not or information is not a new thing. So you create such a situation, you frame it just like something which is not there, but you frame the information in such a way that people get confused. Like if you are a camera person and you have to show that, okay, somewhere the program is not successful, you can always show the backend chairs. And you want to show that the program is successful, you can always show the chairs which are filled. So the same way, news can also be framed or in a different way. So it can mislead people in many of the cases. Then there are imposter content, like imposter content where logos of some very popular and famous news organizations are used, and still the news is or information is wrong. So I will show some example of it also. Then fabricated content, just like the example where the prince was declared, he was dead, but still in 2017 the news was made, or the information which was shared was that he lost $350 million. It was completely fabricated content, 100% false. Then false connection is there, where headlines is something else, visuals are saying something else, and the content does not support it. So that false connection also exists in the form of misinformation and disinformation. There are some false contexts, just like the case where I showed this example where this girl was from Guatemala was burnt alive, but still the context was set that this incident happened in India, and it was set in such a way that Hindu and Muslims could be against each other. Then manipulated content, which is very easy to do now, even kids can do for Photoshop, and a lot of manipulated content we see on social media every day. This is one example of satire of parody, pushing petrol price towards 100 to save people from the hassle of finding exact change. One website has shared it, and this is from a parody website. Here they are also writing, this picture I showed it to you, that Saudi Arabia beheads first female robot citizen. This is a satire on Saudi Arabia, that they are so intolerant that they could not even tolerate one female robot. And this has been shared by on Facebook at least 117.7 thousand times. So there is a disclaimer by this parody site, Duffel Blog, and it says that all content it publishes is satirical in nature. No content should be regarded as truthful, and no reference of an individual, company, or military unit seeks to inflict malice or emotional harm. So they are already issuing a disclaimer. So it is our duty to see that what we are sharing is it from a parody site, or is it from a real and genuine news site. Then you have some Twitter accounts like just like Times of India, we have Limes of India. Just like any news instantly, we have, just like Asian News International, we have any news instantly. Just like Times Now, we have Times How, and they are saying already that lines are sweet, 100% fake, satire, parody. All tweets are fake. So these are some parody sites and parody accounts, and we are tend to take a lot of information from there and sharing it with people. Then there is imposter content, like use of BBC logo, CNN logo, and then they are saying that Bharatiya Janata Party is the fourth most corrupt party. So people instantly believe it because the credibility of BBC and CNN is attached to it. Next, they say that, okay, Indian National Congress is fourth most corrupt party of the world. So they keep changing their statement, they keep changing the pictures, and these kind of imposter contents are also generated with different parties' name. Then there are some false contexts, like Indian Muslims celebrating India's loss to Pakistan in Champions Trophy match in 2017. Now here, the video says and video shows that some people are celebrating, but whether they are Indian Muslims, whether they are celebrating Pakistan's win or India's loss to Pakistan, so that's not clear. So being a journalist, we must be very, very careful that what we are seeing, is it reflected, or what somebody else is saying, should we take it as a truthful statement? This is also one example of false context, which I showed to you, that in Andhra Pradesh this video was already circulated, and this is one example of fabricated content. We have one more example of fabricated content, where it was said that a Hindu man marries a rat, claiming it is the reincarnation of his dead wife. So this, in the real picture, he is marrying a real woman. But whenever there is one very important fact, that in journalism we teach our students that we should not take the name of any religion, any caste, any community while we are writing news. So we should be away from writing these things. So, but here is purposefully name of the religion has been mentioned. So whenever there is some provocative language being used, name of the religion is being used, we must be very careful about the intention of the people, and intention of the people who is sharing these kind of information. So these are few things where we can always raise our red flag and self censor these kind of informations, and should not share it. And it's not only news, but many cases, even airlines, and not airlines, but advertisement are also fabricated. Like if you remember, there was a case of Indigo Airlines, where Indigo was one staff of Indigo. He had a conflict with one of the passenger, and the staff had beaten that passenger. And just after that, Jet Airways came up with this kind of a caption: "We beat our competition, not you." Then suddenly, this was created, fabricated by some. I would say that those people who are very much passionate towards creating such kind of content. But Jet Airways came up with a disclaimer that it was not created by the Jet Airways, this advertisement was completely fabricated. It is very easy to create fabricated quote in the name of celebrities. They do not come forward and they do not say that, okay, this is not their quotes. And they many times in the name of celebrities, there are many fake quotes which are being published. Then this is one manipulated content, example of one manipulated content. I told you that such kind of pictures were very much viral on Facebook. You can see that how much provocative language is it. So actually, in this picture, if you see the quality of the picture, in original picture, there is no Jawaharlal Nehru. In this picture, there is a portrait of Jawaharlal Nehru. And the quality of picture, whenever you do Photoshop, it becomes the quality deteriorates. So that is also one fact which you should keep in mind when you see any picture, that whether it is photoshopped or not. Similarly, here our defense minister is shown, and it is shown that DGP of Gujarat is at the feet of defense minister. And in real picture, this is a scene of a South Indian movie, and there is an actor sitting on the sofa. So manipulation with pictures and videos are very easy to done. Similarly, here, in United Nations, Pakistan's representative to United Nations, Maliha Lodi, she showed a picture and said that this is a picture of Kashmir. But she faced very embarrassment when the Indian side said that, okay, this is not the picture of Kashmir, this is the picture of a woman from the Gaza war, and she is a Palestinian woman, not a Kashmiri woman. So that was embarrassing for Maliha Lodi, and you can see that big organizations, it is not easy for everyone to get rid of fake information, and even bigger organizations are also very much falling prey to such kind of fake information and fake news. Then this is also one example where it was said that, okay, this is the tribute to Air Force officer Arjun Singh, but you know that scientifically it is not, it cannot be possible. How fast you can actually move your aircraft to create this kind of image. So why, what are the reasons for misinformation and disinformation? Actually, there are some 8 reasons I can tell you. First of all, poor journalism. So most of the cases when the journalists are not so trained and ethically, if they have not been groomed, then poor kind of journalism we see, and then such kind of easy 2 minutes noodles information are being created. So that is one reason. Then parody, I showed you parody sites, and people are making a lot of money out of creating these parody sites. So just for fun, they are creating it, and a lot of people are actually watching these kind of videos to prove or to punk. If you want to prove something, if you want to prove a point or a person, if you want to disapprove a person, then fake news is the best possible way. Then passion, some people are actually very much passionate to create such kind of things. Partisanship, if you are belonging to one party or one political party or another political party, then also you tend to create or share such kind of thing. Profit making, there are so many clickbaits, means thousands of videos, lakhs of videos on YouTube are there which are clickbaits, which promise you that you will get thinner in 1 day or 2 days without going to gym or without exercising. So these kind of clickbaits are there. So people are making a lot of money out of making those videos and pay per click, or there are thousands of methods of making money out of that. So for profit also, people are creating these kind of fake videos. And political influence, obviously it is there. People are sharing those kind of news. If you belong to one if you subscribe to one political ideology or one political party, then whatever comes in favor of them, and you tend to share it with people. And for propaganda is the biggest reason, because whether it is social propaganda, religious propaganda, political propaganda, any kind of propaganda, it is the fake news is the biggest weapon for that, biggest tool for that. So that is these are 8 regions, and I would stop it here, and I would move to another presentation, which is on the tools of searching photos. Udipna, can I go ahead with photos?
Yes.
Okay. So there is this was a little bit overview of the whole situation, that what is happening, and this was only an overview to just you to understand that why are we talking about it. There are some tools apart from keyword search. If you are, I know that many of us are not very much techno savvy persons, but still there are few technologies which are very easy to use and which are free of cost available, which we can always use and keep ourselves free from fake information. And this is how to verify photo. First of all, we are going to talk about photo verification. And for photo verification, reverse image search is the, I would say, most basic thing, because just like you learn alphabet before learning to write, you have to learn reverse image search before fact checking. Okay, so Google reverse image search is not only Google. There are many other search engines also which are available. I will talk about them. But reverse image search is one basic thing which all of us must use before sharing any picture. So just we search any picture on Google Images. When you will go to Google Images, you have a camera icon there. And if you will click it, you will have two options: paste image URL and upload an image. So if you have already image with you, you have downloaded it somewhere, and you can, my screen is visible to all?
Yes, Archana, it's visible.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah. So if you just upload, if you have downloaded any picture and you want to search it, you can just upload an image and search, click search by image. Or if you have not downloaded any image, you can just paste its URL here in this tab and you can search by image. So Google will search the source of that image for you, and it will be very easy for you to know. If you, first of all, if you will know the original source or the context of the picture, you will come to know that, okay, whether this picture is correct or not. So this is very easy, and it doesn't take more than 10 seconds to find it out. I can show you one example that when Chandrayaan was launched, there were many people who were sharing these kind of pictures, that these are the first pictures of Earth taken from Chandrayaan by our Chandrayaan. It was a proud moment for all of us. But when you will do this Google reverse image search, you will find it out that these were the pictures of erupting volcanoes, and it was photographed from space by some Russian astronauts, and it was not the picture taken of Earth taken from Chandrayaan. So it was completely wrong. So if we are journalists, we have to be very careful. We are not a layman that, and even if we are layman, we should not share everything without checking whether it is correct or not. Similarly, here somebody shared this kind of picture where it was shown that Narendra Modi, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, is with Indira Gandhi, and somebody writes that "Sahab to Congresi nikle, bhakto ab kya karoge." So you see that there is a provocative language with this kind of picture, and how cleverly the picture has been created, that even the picture of the picture taken of Narendra Modi ji is also in black and white, and it is of the same age. At that time, he was in the same age. So people are very, very clever when they create such kind of pictures. So you can see, if you will download this picture and upload it on Google Images, and you will search, this news item will pop up, and this news item says in the quint that this was a picture taken when Indira Gandhi went to meet Rajkumar during a Gokak movement, and there is no picture of Narendra Modi ji in this picture. So you can just see that how fake pictures are being created. I would suggest you to please add download Chrome extension on your laptop, and you can add, if you will download Chrome extension, you can just right click on any of the picture, and there you will find out reverse image search option. This is search Google with this image. Okay, so if you will just right click on any picture, you will have this option, and you can right away with just one click you can search that picture, and you don't need to download it and upload it. So that process will be completely squeezed to a minimum time. And or if you are using your mobile phone also, you can go on desktop version, not on mobile version. It will not be appeared to you. On desktop version, you can find out the Google reverse image search, and you will just click it, and you will find out, you can find out any picture and search a reverse search for it. Then you have this tool RivEye. This is my personal favorite, because RivEye has, if you will download or add to Chrome, you will have all search engines available for reverse image search. Like Google is not only one search engine. In many parts of world, there are different search engines which are working. Like in China, we have Baidu. In USSR, we have Yandex. In Korea, we have Tinai. So if you want to, there are many images which you won't find on Google. So Revai gives you all these options of searching image in reverse order. So Revai is one fabulous tool which you can use. This is the interface of Tinai. In most of the cases, you can find it out. In some cases, you need to crop the picture, because if the picture is available in collage form, or just like here, it is available in collage form. It was claimed that this photographer from Iraq, he started crying when Mahendra Singh Dhoni got out in World Cup semi-finals against New Zealand. And but if you will upload this picture, try to upload this picture, Google will not fetch you the result. So you have to crop it up and crop the very significant part of it. So when we cropped it, and when we did Google reverse image search on this picture, we found out that the emotional moment of an Iraqi photographer was because his country was out from the World Cup. It was not because Mahendra Singh Dhoni was out. So that's the reality. And then a third tip is, you can always add time filter. If somebody is claiming that, okay, this is a picture taken yesterday, just add a time filter, put a time frame before yesterday. And if the picture was existing even before yesterday, that means that that person is giving you a wrong information or fake picture he is sharing with you. So just after 5th August 2019, when Article 370 was revoked from India, from Jammu and Kashmir, there was one Pakistani commentator who shared this picture, and he gave a very with a provocative language that Imran Khan is not your daughter. How can you sit like this, sit idle, and you are not doing anything? So this picture was shared, and he claimed that this is the picture of Kashmir, and Kashmiri women are treated in a very brutal way due to such kind of situation, and Article 370 has been revoked in Kashmir. So when you will put a time frame or a filter, like, and from where you can put a filter, you can go on, upload the picture on Google Image, and then you can go to tools, and when you will click on tools, you will have time, the option of time, and here you can custom range, or you can put any time or any past hour, past 24 hours, whatever is suitable to you. And when you will add this time filter, you will find it out that this picture was taken in 2016, and it was during a protest against government, and in Andhra Pradesh, and it was a SFI protest. Similarly, I showed you this picture. Initially, I showed you this picture, that how in Bashirhat a riot happened due to this video, where it was claimed that this woman was forcibly being converted, and it happened in 2017. So if you will put a time filter, and you will custom range, and in custom range you have put that date when this picture first came to the public forum, that before 5th July 2017, you will be astonished to see that this picture was available even before that, and it was a clip taken from a Bhojpuri movie, Aurat Khilona Nahi, which was released in 2014. So in 2014, a movie was released, and when this movie, a clip of this movie was made viral, and due to that, a riot happened in West Bengal. So you can just imagine that how fateful this, or how brutal this fake news can be. Then observation cannot be replaced by anything else. So if we use our common sense, if we observe things, many times we can save ourselves from fake information. Like it was said that in Kerala on 26th January, there was a parade by children, and they were carrying Pakistan's flag. But if you will watch very closely, if you will see very closely, you will find it out that it is not Pakistan's flag. In Pakistan flag, there is a white stripe. And if you will search it on Google, you will find it out that this is a flag of a political party in Kerala, Indian Union Muslim League. And people claim that it was a Pakistani flag. So that was completely misleading. So this observation we can always use. Then I showed this picture to you initially, that this is a picture of people claimed that this was a 12-year-old girl who got pregnant in Rohingya camp. But when you will upload this picture and try to search it, in this language, you will find many options and many links, and when you will translate it, you will find it that this girl was suffering from swollen liver and she was not pregnant. So that was a completely false information. So that's all for photo verification. And let me share with you video verification. If we had time, we can quickly go through it. Do we have time?
Yes, Archana, I think, yeah,
10
I'm
minutes.
really interested in knowing more. This has been very informative. Please carry on.
Okay. So let me share with you video verification and video verification, how to do it. And before video verification, let me share with you that video is nothing. There is no moving pictures. Only video is a collection of moving images. So when we move pictures with the speed of 24 frames per second, it looks like it is moving. So basically what I'm trying to say is that even for video verification, we have to go back to reverse image search. And whatever tools I'm showing it here, actually these tools are they will be helpful in breaking the video into thumbnails or keyframes, and they will be breaking the video into keyframes, and on those keyframes we can perform Google reverse image search. So that means we don't have any silver bullet to verify videos. So we have a combination of tools where we are using reverse image search, smart keyword search, strong observational skills, and we cannot forget good old-fashioned journalism. Maybe we have to call a friend, we have to go physically verify something in order to find out the truthfulness of a video. But believe me, being correct is more important than being very fast. So keyword search is always there. It will help you a lot. In case of India, I have found that many times we don't have to go through tools, and only keywords will fetch the correct results. Like some people claim that Muslims in Bangalore have named a mosque after our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, and it was named as Modi Masjid. So if you will just search Modi Masjid, you will find out that yes, there exists a Modi Masjid in Bangalore, but it was not made at the name of with the name of our Prime Minister. It was named after Modi Abdul Ghafoor, who was a philanthropist in Bangalore. We have a tool developed by Amnesty International, which is called YouTube Data Viewer, and it works on YouTube videos only. That is its shortcoming. And YouTube Data Viewer gives you metadata, data related to video, but it works only on the video hosted on YouTube. It will give you upload time. It will give you several copies of the video. It will extract thumbnails, and on those thumbnails you can perform reverse image search. Like this video was shared on YouTube, and it was claimed that in Thailand there is a fountain where you will shout "Om," it will release water. But if you will just put this URL on YouTube Data Viewer and click go, you will find a thumbnail of the moving pictures, and just beside it you will find out the option of reverse image search. If you will click reverse image search, you will find out the very first link says that okay, there is a south fountain in Thailand, but it will release water if you will shout anything. You don't need to shout only Om. So that's a false information. Similarly, in Haridwar, there was a video which was shared by a local channel, and it said that there was a huge fire on the ropeway of Mansa Devi. And we know that many of our relatives, family, friends, they are going to Haridwar in most of the cases. So this video is good enough to panic ourselves. If you will click this video on and put it on YouTube Data Viewer, and you will click go, you will have 2-3 thumbnails, and just beside it you have reverse image search option, and you will click it. You will find it out that yes, this unfortunate incident has happened, but it has happened in Palestine, and it did not happen in Haridwar. And this is a horrific video. I cannot play it here also, but this video is very, very dangerous. When people will see it, they will be panicking. So that's not a good thing to do. And this was shared by a local news channel, so that was also very unfortunate, and we can very easily find out by YouTube Data Viewer that it is correct or not. Similarly, a Pakistani politician, he shared a video that how cleverly or smartly this pilot had saved this oil tanker as well as the aircraft from accident, and This was a person, Khurram Nawaz Gandapur, and he said that narrow escape of the aircraft only because of the presence of mind of the pilot. And later on, when we put it on YouTube data viewer, we found out that, and did a reverse image search, we found out that this was a part of a game, video game, not even a real video. So it was very embarrassing for the politician, and such kind of things happen when we do not check and properly and share it immediately, share any information immediately. Then we have this tool called Invid. Invid is particularly very good tool for any kind of video verification, because it is a web-based application. It gives you enhanced metadata, and it is good for all types of videos, whether it is on Twitter or Facebook or YouTube. So it has no limitation. Then it retrieves contextual information, also interesting comment, license rights. All videos have license rights, so it can fetch you those details. It will bring you more keyframes and thumbnails on YouTube. Then it has useful features like magnifier, Twitter advanced search, and image verification assistant. I can give you this example where one person, he shared one video and he said that this is the picture of Gandhi Nehru family's property in Italy. And if you will put that video on Invid, you will find out many important information, and journalists would know that these information are very important. So this video was put on Twitter by Android phone. This information will be given by Invid. How many likes, how many retweets, the language is used is in English, size of the video, duration of the video, that it is 1 minute 3 second duration. When it was created, in which country it was created, and you can convert it to local time also. And then there is a link, and by clicking that link, you can convert it into a thumbnail. And with that thumbnail, you have 3 options. In YouTube data viewer, you had only one option of reverse image search. Here you have option of reverse image search on Google, Yandex, as well as Chennai. And this way you will find it out that these are the tourist places in Italy, not Nehru Gandhi's family's property. So this was a completely misleading information, wrong information. Similarly, in Kashmir, I'm just giving you one example. When Pulwama incident happened, just after 10 minutes, there was a video which was viral here, and the people claim that this is the first CCTV footage of Pulwama attack or Pulwama blast. But we who are living in Jammu and Kashmir, we can easily say that this cannot be a picture from Kashmir, because we don't have these kind of bridges. But in case of people who are outside Jammu and Kashmir, I can tell you that you can just go on Invid, and there will be 6 or 8 keyframes, and you can perform reverse image search on that, and you will find it out that this was a video from Syria blast video, which was claimed to be a video from Pulwama. So it is very misleading, and in some cases even people had commented on it in Syrian language, and if you will translate it, they themselves are saying that this is a video from Syria, not from here. The discussion on content is also possible on Invid. There is a magnifier also. So if somebody claims that this is a picture, this is a video from UP, you can use the magnifier on the keyframes, and you can see if there is a number plate of a car, that what is the number plate, which state's number plate is there. If there is a badge of a policeman, you can see that whether the claim is correct or not. Here also we have time filter, just like we use time filter in Google Images. Here also we have time filter. You can put any time, any filter of time, and then you can find out whether the video is correct or not. And last, we have this watch frame by frame, which is also a web-based application. You can always put this URL www.watchframebyframe.com. Here you can do one thing: you can slow down the video. Means 24 frames per second, you can slow it down to 15 frames per second or 10 frames per second. You can observe the video very carefully, and you will find out a lot of information through that video. I will also tell you that what you can look for. You can look for building landmarks, topography. If somebody is claiming that this is a video from Kashmir, whether mountains are visible or not, some flags, logo, emblems. comments of the people. You can look for number of plates and find out that the place is correct or not. Clothing of the people. Somebody is claiming that, okay, this is a picture from Kashmir in the month of December, whether people are wearing firan or not. If somebody is claiming that this is a picture from a village of Punjab, what kind of attire they are wearing, and weather, what is the weather condition. So these are some of the clues, visual clues, which you can look for when you slow down the video, and you can observe it carefully and find it out whether the video is correct or not. So it has been, I feel that it was a marathon presentation, but my work is over. Any question, please post.
Archana, thank you so much for this very, very educational presentation. And I think I'm speaking for everyone here when I say that we were not aware that these tools are available. I think we all know that there's fake news out there. We all know that, disinformation, misinformation happens, but we were not equipped, right, to find out how it happens and how to counter that. But this has been so informative. Thank you again for coming on our platform. And I really loved what you said about being right, being more important than being fast. This takes me back to our IIMC days when our professors, the first thing they told us, the cardinal rule of journalism is to go back to the source.
Yes.
And these days it's not so easy for the practicing journalists, I think, because everything is fast, right? Everything has to go out in the blink of an eye. So it's very difficult for them to maybe pause. But the tools that you have shared with us, they don't take too much time. Once you download them, once you have them installed in your desktop or wherever it is, it's very easy. Like you said, 10 seconds, right? It just takes 10 seconds to find out the truth. And I think it's worth doing for everybody because once again, like you said, it's democratization of media content. We are all media creators, we are media aggregators, we are media disseminators, all of us, not just journalists. And we should all be using these tools. So thank you again for equipping us with these tools. And we can take questions now, I think. I don't see any questions in the chat box, but if anyone wants to post them here, we can take them now.
Before that, can we quickly share about the next session, please? Just a minute.
Yeah. Would you mind sharing your screen? Okay. So just to let everybody who are present here today know, this is our next session, which will be on August 21st, and we'll have Dr. Vanikanta Verma speaking to us about chemistry. We don't know the exact topic yet, but he is an assistant professor of chemistry with the Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research in Bangalore. And I hope some of you will think about joining us for that session as well. So I think Dr. Archana is ready to take questions now.
My student must be very, very worried that, okay, should we ask question or not? But you can ask. You can always ask a question, or if you don't want to, you can contact me again. Means I know that you are taking this privilege.
There are a lot of compliments.
Yeah, thank you very much for those compliments. I feel that if you will use these tools and just think about taking just going back to the source and find out that whether this information is correct or not, and then you will share it. That will be really, I feel that would be the fruitfulness of this session.
I was wondering, Archana, if you could share some of this information with us so we can put it up on our website and it will be there for everybody.
I will share a tip sheet with you where the list of these, all of these, and I will try to just put a link also so that it will be easier for everyone to click it and download these tools. And you don't need to download it, you just have to add it with Chrome.
Okay, yeah, that would be great. Thank you.
So I guess there is no question.
I think you cleared everybody's doubts and given everybody so much to think about. And I'm sure there will be more questions coming up on people's minds once they start using these tools. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, they can reach out to you, right? If they have it.
Yes, sure.
I mean, this sorry, go ahead.
Pradeep, I think Pradeep Singh has raised his hand. Pradeep, yes?
Pradeep, we can unmute you. 1 second. Give us 1 minute. Yeah, if we can unmute you. 1 second. Oh, yeah, I think you can speak, Pradeep.
सभी को नमस्ते। मैम, मेरा जो क्वेश्चन है, अभी जैसे जम्मू कश्मीर की बात करें, जम्मू कश्मीर के अंदर अभी जैसे मीडिया का जितना स्कोप बढ़ते जा रहा है, तो सोशल मीडिया जो लोग वेब पोर्टल चला रहे हैं, ऐसे जर्नलिस्ट जिन्होंने पढ़ाई नहीं की है वो भी माइक लेके कवरिंग कर रहे हैं, लेकिन फैक्ट एंड फिगर्स का उनको कुछ भी नहीं पता है। तो उन लोगों के लिए हम उनको कैसे अवेयर कर सकते हैं, या फिर उनको कैसे उन तक पहुंचकर उनको इस चीज के लिए बता सकते हैं कि अगर आप इसके लिए पढ़ाई करें या वर्कशॉप अटेंड करें, जिससे आप और अच्छे से जो है जर्नलिज्म में आप जर्नलिस्ट बन सकते हैं।
जरूरी नहीं है प्रदीप की पढ़ाई करके ही जर्नलिस्ट बना जाए। मतलब जर्नलिज्म एजुकेशन फॉर्मली तो बहुत बाद में इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ, लेकिन पहले जो लिटरेचर के लोग होते थे वो जर्नलिज्म क्या करते थे। तो ज्यादा जरूरी ये है कि हम मोरल वैल्यूज को समझें, ज्यादा नैतिक चीजों को समझे कि हम क्या रहे हैं, उसका क्या असर पड़ेगा सोसाइटी के ऊपर। अगर वैसे देखा जाए तो मैं तुम जो जर्नलिस्ट नहीं भी हैं, हम भी 1000 चीजें शेयर करते हैं सोशल मीडिया के ऊपर, इंस्टाग्राम पे, फेसबुक पे, तो उसका भी तो असर पड़ता है ना जनता के ऊपर। तो जरूरी नहीं है, देखो सिर्फ डिग्री होना काफी नहीं है, डिग्री के साथ एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी का एहसास होना बहुत जरूरी है। तो अगर आप रिस्पॉन्सिबल होके बिना डिग्री के भी जर्नलिज्म कर रहे हैं तो उसमें कोई बुराई नहीं है, लेकिन रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कहाँ से आएगी जब आप समझेंगे कि इस प्रोफेशन का वैल्यू क्या है, ठीक है, और इस प्रोफेशन के थ्रू हम कितने लोगों तक पहुंच सकते हैं। इसीलिए मीडिया लिटरेसी जरूरी है, और ये सबके लिए जरूरी है, सिर्फ जर्नलिस्ट के लिए जरूरी नहीं है, सबके लिए जरूरी है, क्योंकि हम एक मीडिएटेड इन्वायरमेंट में रह रहे हैं जहां सब कुछ, इवन टीचिंग भी अभी हम जुड़े हैं, दिस इज ऑल्सो थ्रू मीडिया। ओके, और कोरोना के टाइम पे हमने देखा है कि टीचिंग भी थ्रू मीडिएटेड इन्वायरमेंट में हुई है पूरी तरह से। वी आर लिविंग इन ए मीडिएटेड इन्वायरमेंट। तो इसलिए ज्यादा जरूरी ये है कि हम समझे कि हम कितना रिस्पॉन्सिबली इन चीजों को यूज कर रहे हैं, ये होना बहुत जरूरी है। और उसके लिए मुझे लगता है कि सभी लेवल पे, जैसे तुम, मैं, सब रिस्पॉन्सिबल हैं। हम जितने लोगों तक ये बातें फैला सकें उतना जरूरी है। मतलब मेरे घर में मैं तुम्हें बताऊं कि मेरे पेरेंट्स भी कई बार ऐसी चीजें शेयर कर देते हैं जो कि, और खासतौर पे, और वो बहुत एडामेंट होते हैं कि नहीं ये बिल्कुल सही है, तो उनको समझाना बहुत मुश्किल काम है, लेकिन ये ड्यूटी हम ही लोगों को करनी पड़ेगी प्रदीप। तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि डिग्री नहीं होना कोई बहुत बड़ी कमी है, डिग्री नहीं होना कोई बहुत बड़ी कमी नहीं है। पहले का टाइम पे देखो, जो बड़े बड़े पत्रकार हुआ करते थे, प्रभाष जोशी, जितने भी बड़े नाम तुम देखो, दे वर ऑल विदाउट एनी डिग्री एंड दे केम फ्रॉम द लिटरेचर बैकग्राउंड। पर अगर कर ले डिग्री तो अच्छा है, हमारे लिए तो अच्छा है बीइंग ए टीचर।
We have another question from Swagata Ghosh, and she asks a question which I think everybody has on their minds now, especially after the COVID situation, the pandemic, when kids were on digital media all the time. So her question is how to impart media literacy into school children in India.
Thank you for this question, Swagata. And let me tell you that children are very smart. They are better than us, I would say, because I have done 1 or 2 papers on social media and the use of social media by adolescents, and I could see that I interviewed a lot of children, and I tried to compare it between rural children and urban children, and how are they using social media. And I found that they are much more aware than the mature people. But there are few things which they are not very much careful. Is that how to protect themselves on internet? Means they are adolescents, they are sharing a lot of information, but they are not able to protect themselves. In many cases, they are sharing sensitive information, which is not good. And for that, I think that sensitization session should be there. I am associated with one program, which is BBC Young Reporters, and we go to schools. We teach children. There are media literacy sessions, and we do these kind of workshops for more than 2 hours with children, and we try to inculcate these kind of habits. They are very much into. They are the children which I would say that they breathe with this internet, and they have born with this internet. We have adapted to this environment, but the children are born with it. So many of the children whom I talked to, they said that it is like breathing for them. So they can't live without social media. They can't think themselves about the posting without posting the picture. They can't think about their days. So actually, what I feel that the more they are using it, they will become eventually responsible. But beyond that, we need to create such kind of awareness drive for children as well as all types of all age groups of people. And BBC has taken one step in this direction. But I can assure you that there are many schools which are actually conducting these kind of media literacy programs for their children and for their students, and that is a good step, but still a lot needs to be done. We are still scratching the surface, and for children, I think that this awareness drive is very important. And beyond that, there is a vocational course which is being introduced in national education policy for children on media literacy, so that would also help them, I feel so.
Thank you, Archana. And I really agree with you that literacy is no longer such a big problem as protection is, right? Safety, online safety and online protection against predators and, kinds of predatory people out there. So thank you. Thank you so much for giving us the time and the information. And I thank everybody who participated today, who was present here. And I hope we all, and I know I will go away with, a new perspective on, media consumption, right? Yes. And I hope everybody else also leaves with the same. And just to remind you again about our next session, Rifat, if you could please share that screen about the next session.
Yeah, 1 second. Give me 1 second. Yeah, can you see now?
Yes. Thank you. So this is what we will be offering next time. That's August 21st. Dr. Manikanto Verma will speak in his discipline of chemistry. And I hope some of you can join us again. And having said that, thank you, everybody. And
thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Thank you all. Thank you, Dr. Kumari, and especially to the students, because we have new students who might not have joined or heard about us before. So please share about our platform, that is 15-minute Hikka. Let me quickly share a YouTube link where you will get all the previous videos. And we also have a website, but I mean, if you just keep a track of our YouTube channel, and we also have a Facebook page with the same name, that is a 15-minute Hikka. So then at least you will be aware of the upcoming sessions, and you can share with your friends and juniors from different streams. So that would be very helpful. Please spread the word around. And thank you all of you for joining today. And thank you, Dr. Kumari. That was a pleasure, and we learned a lot.
Thank you, Dr. Rifat. Thank you very much, Aditya. Okay, bye.
Bye.